All right, guys, we're out here at Panther Creek Park again, here with Dutch Napier, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a shot scenario with Dutch. How do you feel about that, Dutch?
Feel good about it.
You ready to get some discs in the air?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So this is the scenario we have. We are setting at roughly, what do you think, 280 to 300 foot away from. There we go. We'll zoom in just a little bit so you can see a little bit better. We are setting roughly 280, maybe 300 foot away from the basket. We have an out of bounds right over here towards the left. You see that second white pole over here. That is an out of bounds to the left, and also roughly about 15 to 18 foot behind the basket, we have another out of bounds. Dutch, we are also dealing with a little bit of a wind. How much of that do we have?
I'm guessing it's probably anywhere between 8 to 10 mile an hour probably. It's changing, it's coming into the face, into a headwind, and it's changing a little bit to the angle, so it'll probably help push the disc further left.
All right, so all of that being said, what discs are you looking to throw right now?
I'm looking to throw the H3. Which is the new disc that came out from Prodigy Disc. I'm thinking that with it being 300 foot and OB left, I don't want to be left. So I would expect it to fly a little straighter and finish aggressive to the basket. Even with the wind coming across, you think it's still going to finish a little straighter? I mean, you did just say with the wind coming across, you would expect it to push left. It will be pushing a little further left, but I'll be changing my angle for my release to make it go further out to where it has room to play back. Okay,
with all that being said, like, this is the disc that you want to throw in this position. As you look into your bag, what are the other choices that you have?
I also have the option, I can throw the M1, which would be for a safer and for sure inbounds play.
And what are you expecting it to do?
It's going to go straight, and then in the end it's going to go left, but I hope that the wind don't carry it as much, but it probably will. Okay, but it's going to be, you said you feel like it's going to go straight. It's a more stable disc, and you said you feel like it is going to be the safer play, which means you feel like it's going to land in front of the basket? It is going to land in front of the basket. It's not going to go long OB for sure. Okay, and what is the other disc that you have picked out? The other disc is the H1, which is a very overstable disc, and I use it for headwind shots. It does have a tendency to go a little further than further left than the H3, so I would be flirting with the OB going on to the left hand side of the green if I do throw the H1. All right, at 300 foot, do you feel like you are in danger of the OB on the back half of this basket with any of those discs? Maybe the H1, but it just depends on how aggressive I get with it, but I'm more worried about the OB on the left side at 300 foot. Okay, so we're going to throw some discs. What are you going to throw first? I'm going to throw the M1 first, and like I said, I'm going to try to make sure it goes flat and straight for hopefully 250 feet, and it nestles in bounds. All right, and we're going to step up here to our dark horse mark. Did carry it a little bit further left than I expected, but just because the wind picked up as I was getting ready to throw, and like I said before, the angle of the wind was changing as well. All right, and now we are throwing the H1 750 series. It's pretty more overstable. I'm going to try to get it further out so I know that the wind's going to push it back toward the basket, but hopefully I can keep it inbounds. All right, so now we're throwing the throw 2 on the 750 Prodigy H1. Looks like I played it really safe with that one. It is short as well. but the wind didn't push it as far left as I thought, so I played it a lot wide, and I played it plenty wide enough for it to play into the green.
All right, now what are you expecting the H3 to do differently as opposed to both of those?
I'm wanting to get the H3 a little bit flatter so that it carries further down the fairway before it gets to the green. Hopefully whenever it gets to the green, it's going to be close to the basket.
Of course. And now we're looking at throw 3 with the new Prodigy H3. That one doesn't look to be too far off at all. That one looked really nice.
It was really on line, maybe a little short. We'll have to see when we get up to the green. I'll try another H3 for you.
All right, so this is throw number 2 on the new Prodigy H3. The wind does pick up a little bit as he releases that one. And it actually looks to land fairly close to where the other one did.
That one I got a little higher and it hung out further to the right.
Okay. So, are we going to grab our bag?
Yeah.
Let's grab our bag and let's walk up here and let's look at these discs and where they landed. How did you feel throwing each of those?
Felt pretty good. I knew the M1 wasn't going to be long enough to get to the basket. But I did know it was going to be in bounds. The H1, I felt I got a good pull on it. It did wind up left of the green and maybe a little short. The H3, the first one I threw, did exactly what I expected it to do. It got flat, kept digging forward, and got up there for a good putt, I'm sure. But the other one I got too much height on, and with it being that much in the air with the wind, it didn't let it carry as far. It didn't have enough forward momentum.
Was there anything else that you would have considered throwing?
I possibly could have threw a forehand, just because the wind would have helped it get over and get far enough to get up there.
You're talking about throwing the forehand with the H3?
Yes.
Okay.
With the M1 actually is right here.
All right.
It's probably 80 feet short of the basket maybe, but I do know that it's not out of bounds. Which was
what you're wanting out of the safe play throw.
Correct. And it also gives me a look at the green, and I can definitely have a putt from there.
Sure. You have a reasonable play on the Prodigy the M1.
The M1. Strategy play for sure. Uh-oh, the H1's parked.
The H1 is parked.
The H3 and both the H3s are within 20 feet though.
Yeah, the H1 you did get a really good throw on. You are roughly 5, maybe 6 feet away from the basket on this one. But it did do what you thought it was. You did say that you felt like it was going to play just as well as the H1, but you did feel that you were going to have to deal with the back out of bounds a little more. Nowhere near the back out of bounds, but you are past the basket, which is what you were expecting.
Correct.
All right.
With the H3s, it definitely got me to the green.
Yeah, the H3s we have them. Yeah, the H3s we have them both sitting here. One of them at roughly 10 feet ish, and the other one at what looks to be about 22 foot away. Oh, he's gonna thunk it. Give us one more, Dutch. Think this. Oh, and he crashes it again. Again, proving to everybody that the most important disc in your bag is the one that goes in the basket. Go ahead and give us a little shout out to all of your sponsors, and then tell the viewers where they can get their own Prodigy H3.
I want to thank Prodigy Disc for the sponsorship this year. Dark Horse Disc Golf, Cali Connection with the apparel, and you can get your Prodigy H3 online at prodigydisc.com.
All right. Also, make sure you guys head over to the Facebook page of Dark Horse Disc Golf and see what events they will be setting up at, where you guys can also purchase your Prodigy gear discs from them at your local tournaments.